Did you find what you were looking for? Where's my refund? The website CPAPracticeadvisor.com posted a detailed article about tax returns in 2020. Here are some excerpts from the article. The 2020 income tax season opens as IRS begins accepting returns. The deadline to file a 2019 tax return and pay any tax owed is Wednesday, April 15, 2020. More than 150 million individual tax returns for the 2019 tax year are expected to be filed, with the vast majority of those coming before the April 15 tax deadline. The Internal Revenue Service has officially opened the 2020 tax filing season as of January 27, 2020, as the agency begins accepting and processing federal tax returns for tax year 2019. The deadline to file a 2019 tax return and pay any tax owed is Wednesday, April 15, 2020. More than 150 million individual tax returns for the 2019 tax year are expected to be filed, with the vast majority of those coming before the April 15 tax deadline. The IRS workforce has worked for nearly a year to prepare for the opening of tax season, said IRS Commissioner Chuck Rettig. Our dedicated employees are committed to help taxpayers process tax returns and serve the nation not just through the April 15 tax deadline but throughout the year. While the IRS Free File program as well as many tax software companies and tax professionals began accepting tax returns earlier this month, processing of those tax returns begins as IRS systems open today. The IRS expects about 90% of individuals to file their returns electronically. Filing electronically and choosing direct deposit remains the fastest and safest way to file an accurate income tax return and receive a refund. The IRS reminds taxpayers there are many options to get help, Rettig said. Our website has around-the-clock information available and is the fastest way to get assistance. We've made improvements to the Free File program, and filing electronically with direct deposit remains the best way to speed refunds and minimize errors. As always, experts in the nation's tax professional community stand ready to help people navigate their tax issues. And we also remind people our IRS-trained community volunteers are ready to help file tax returns in locations across the country. Revised 2019 Form 1040 includes virtual currency questions. Using feedback from taxpayers and the tax professional community, IRS revised the Form 1040 U.S. Individual Income Tax Return for tax year 2019. Taxpayers will use fewer schedules to supplement the base Form 1040 as 6 schedules were consolidated into 3 numbered schedules. In 2019, taxpayers who engaged in a transaction involving virtual currency will need to file Schedule 1, Additional Income and Adjustments to Income. The Internal Revenue Code and regulations require taxpayers to maintain records that support the information provided on tax returns. Taxpayers should maintain, for example, records documenting receipts, sales, exchanges or other dispositions of virtual currency and the fair market value of the virtual currency. Virtual currency is an important addition to the 1040 this year, Rettig said. This emerging area is a priority for the IRS, and we want to help taxpayers understand their obligations involving virtual currency. We will also take steps to ensure fair enforcement of the tax laws for those who don't follow the rules involving virtual currency. Most refunds sent in less than 21 days, however, some require further review and take longer. Just as each tax return is unique and individual, so is each taxpayer's refund. There are a few things taxpayers should keep in mind if they are waiting on their refund but hear or see on social media that other taxpayers have already received theirs. Different factors can affect the timing of a taxpayer's refund after the IRS receives the return. Also, remember to take into consideration the time it takes for the financial institution to post the refund to the taxpayer's account or to receive a check in the mail. Even though the IRS issues most refunds in less than 21 days, some tax returns require additional review and take longer to process than others. This may be necessary when a return has errors, is incomplete or is affected by identity theft or fraud. The IRS will contact taxpayers by mail when more information is needed to process a return. Choosing electronic filing and direct deposit for refunds remains the fastest and safest way to file an accurate income tax return and receive a refund. The IRS expects about 90% of individual tax returns will be prepared electronically using tax software. The IRS reminds taxpayers that, by law, the IRS cannot issue refunds claiming the Earned Income Tax Credit (EITC) or the Additional Child Tax Credit (ACTC) before mid-February. This applies to the entire refund, even the portion not associated with the EITC or ACTC. The IRS expects most EITC, ACTC-related refunds to be available in taxpayer bank accounts or on debit cards by the first week of March, if the taxpayer chose direct deposit and there are no other issues with the tax return. After refunds leave the IRS, it takes additional time for them to be processed and for financial institutions to accept and deposit the refunds to bank accounts and products. The IRS reminds taxpayers many financial institutions do not process payments on weekends or holidays, which can affect when refunds reach taxpayers. Refund information will generally be available within 24 hours after the IRS acknowledges receipt of an electronically filed return on the Where's My Refund? Tool on irs.gov and the IRS2Go phone app. These tools will be updated with projected deposit dates for most early EITC and ACTC refund filers by February 22, so those filers will not see an update to their refund status date on Where's My Refund? Or through their software packages until then. The IRS, tax preparers and tax software will not have additional information on refund dates. Where's My Refund is the best way to check the status of a refund. You can find the link to the full article by CPA Practice Advisor in the description. Tax season for Americans can be a real pain, but following sound advice and taking up some best practices can ensure an easy experience filing your taxes and receiving your refunds. When done correctly and with the right CPA or other financial accountant, you can significantly increase the amount of money you'll receive in your refund. What are some of your best practices to get your refunds back fast? Do you have any tips to offer viewers that can help them receive more money in their refund? Are you like many Americans who wish that we could have a better way to deal with the tax system? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments area. We hope that you found what you were looking for. Please subscribe and turn on notifications to receive updates for any new posts from this channel. You can support our future content creations with the offers below and in the pinned comments.